What is up, guys? Welcome back to YouTube Bro, and today we're going to be doing a ranking of Korn, which is one of my favorite new metal bands. They're my favorite straight new metal band, because, Linkin Park, they only have a few core new metal albums before they just move on to, alternative rock and Deftones, which is all over the place. But, yeah, so Korn, they have 14 studio albums, and I own 6 of their studio albums, and also on their greatest hits compilation, because it has a really cool mix and 2 songs that are only available on this, so yeah, it smells pretty good. But yeah, I'm very sorry about my absence. Again, I've just kind of been busy doing other stuff. My sports league that I have, the Pennsylvania Penalty Shots League, is just my friends and I. We do penalty shots in soccer. But yeah, also my band's album Views is available. I'll put the link to the Spotify in the description. Also on Bandcamp, you can get a CD of it if you want. But yeah, this is the Korn ranking. So let's just get into it after the intro.
Here you go.
Okay, guys, so that was the intro, and now I'm just ready to get into it. So at my last spot, number 14, we have the only, I guess, non-new metal album, and that is The Path of Totality from 2011. Dubstep Korn. It doesn't work out. The singles on here, I think, are pretty good, but then every single deep cut's very uninspired. I do quite like Narcissistic Cannibal and Kill Mercy Within, but Let's Go and Way Too Far, some of the band's worst stuff. And there's some big names on here, like Skrillex, so yeah. But, it's just pretty bad and unenjoyable to listen to. I guess, sometimes we'll put on Narcissistic Cannibal, but other than that, no. Literally nothing, so that's not very good. But coming up next, which everything from here on is decent. And next up, I have Untitled from 2007. Two of my favorite absolute Korn songs are on here: Evolution and Hold On, the 2 big singles. It's very industrial, and most of it's unforgettable and unnoteworthy. The lows, Kiss, and Love and Luxury, I don't think they're absolutely the worst, but I think almost everything here is 4 out of 10, except for Evolution and Hold On. As I said, everything about Evolution, it's probably my top 5 favorite Korn songs, and Hold On's a great track as well. So, it's alright to get to listen to, but I think from here on out, we have some pretty good stuff. And up next, I have Korn 3, Remember Who You Are, coming in at number 12 from 2010. In the 2000s, this was kind of like the popcorn era, and then they moved into some industrial stuff. This is the return to the pure new metal sound. But, I think it's just very generic. Even, the peaks are just okay, but I don't think there's that many lows. I think Uber Time's just a stupid little intro thing. Move On, it's not too good. And Lead the Parade and Let the Guilt Go, I do quite like those songs, but in the, Korn universe, they're probably the worst peaks on any album. But as I said, I don't think there's anything that's truly bad. So, it's fine. But up next, I'd say the 2000s by far is the roughest period of Korn, and this just continues being a thing, even though you could argue that this album is one of their classics. Next up, I've taken a Look in the Mirror from 2003. So, yeah, this was a weird album, honestly. It's in the popcorn era, 100%. The third album to this one, I'd say, is their popcorn era. And it's still very new metal-esque, but I think there's just some problems with it. The drums sound very bad. They sound electronic, and every single time David would hit a drum, I just had a stroke. I've been having a lot of them today. It kind of sounds like, I don't know, it sounds electronic. It would be with the hit, there's a it's really noticeable and Did My Time. I really like that song too, but it's just I don't know. And the vocals are different. Jonathan's vocals are a lot raspier, and how he's an amazing bagpipe player, but the thing about him is he's an amazing lyricist, and just vocalist, he might not have the biggest range, but he has a great tone, and with his scatting things, he's just such a great new metal vocalist, and probably a top 5 one at that. But his vocals are raspier and worse than usual from him, and I think that breaks him off, and especially When Will This End are some of the worst songs the band has ever put out. But I'm not saying that there's nothing good on here. Right Now is a pretty good song, but Did My Time, Everything I've Known, I'm Done, and Y'all Wanna Sing are all very good tracks. Let me see here. The 4 singles and I'm Done, I think those 5 songs are very good. With the bad production, the bad drums, Jonathan's vocals being off, this is the only album that I think they are like that. And also When Will This End, which I think probably with the K-Word song is like the only other F-tier Korn song. Yeah, I really don't like this album as much as other people do. And coming from the same era, this might be surprising. I'm not sure what number this is, but yeah, this might be surprising. Coming up next, I have Untouchables from 2002. That is right. Korn Untouchables. So last year I got this, and I was biased towards this thing. The first time I heard it, I thought it was kind of bad. I thought the production sounded like crap, because, yeah, the production may be overblown, but it's, I think it sounds amazing. I do. But I didn't like it the first time I heard it, and I absolutely loved Here to Stay. That's still one of my favorite Korn tracks, and I thought No One's There was good. Everything else, I pretty much despised. It took me a while to get into this stuff, but I've really come to like Thoughtless. Absolutely catchy song, music video. Korn and probably Foo Fighters have like my favorite consistent music videos, and Eminem probably. And yeah, the Breaking Bad guys in it. Nice. It's a very fun music video, and yeah. But I think like a solid almost half of this album, now that I'm into it, because like, yeah, when I first heard it, Here to Stay and No One's There were the only things that I liked it. Now I think the album sounds amazing, and out of the 14 tracks, 6 of them I think are some of my all-time favorite Korn songs. And it's pretty front-loaded. The first 4 tracks, Here to Stay, Make Believe, Blame, Hollow Life, are also my favorites. Thoughtless, Alone I Break, and No One's There. So those 6 songs out of the 14 are amazing. Like, it's a lot lighter Korn stuff. Like, Here to Stay is pretty heavy, but Make Believe, very interesting production styles. And, like, Hollow Life is beautiful. It's haunting. And, you know, Alone I Break is really different, but it's really nice. And I'm already getting some nostalgia for this album. For me, just as a summary sound, it reminds me of last year. I know it's stupid and cringy to get nostalgic for like last year, but for some reason I already am. So yeah, and I think 6 of the 14 tracks are just very good. And Here to Stay is one of my favorite songs of all time. Maybe my favorite Korn song. It's up there with like Adidas, probably. So yeah, but I just think there's also some not very good stuff. One More Time I think is kind of stupid, and especially like even like parts of One More Time I do like, but I think that like the other parts when it's like, there's a gnat right there. You gotta be kidding me. Other parts when it's like, ning, ning, ning. I don't like that main riff. I think it's stupid. It's like, but, like, the run from Embrace to I'm Hiding is bad. Beat It Up Right, Wake Up Hate, I'm Hiding. Those are not very good songs. And the stupid drum beat, I forget if it's in Wake Up Hate or I'm Hiding, but it's like, it annoys me for some reason. I think David's a really good drummer, too. I'm talking about the sound for a while, but I think like almost half of it is very good stuff. But I just think there's also a lot of lows on here. And like I said, I think 2000s Korn is kind of a rough era for the band. Sorry that it took so long on that one. But coming up next, I have Serenity of Suffering from 2016. I think 2010 Korn is very, very good. Might not start out very good with the Path of Totality, but around this time is when it really started to get going. Next in line, I don't like, but Insane, Rotting in Vain, Black is the Soul, A Different World with Slipknot's Corey Taylor, and Take Me, I think, are all very good tracks. And I really do think that so this album and after, I think they've returned to the heaviness of the early stuff, which I think is really cool. And up next, from 2013, I have the Paradigm Shift. I think the album cover's cool. And like some of the singles, like I believe Victimized was When It's All Wrong. I really like Pray For Me, the riff, and Paranoid and Aroused. Those are all great tracks. Even if I don't like Tell Me What You Want, I think it's just a very solid return to form album after the Path of Totality. And yeah, I think it's a very solid album. And up next, though I think I might like this one a bit more than the one up next, its legacy does not compare to it. So yeah, just a bit of a spoiler here. I might like this one more than my one above it, but the legacy of the one above it has to clear it. Yeah, from 2019, I have The Nothing. And the single Cold. Absolutely heavy. Love that song. That's my favorite song on the album. Surrender to Failure, it's not even that bad, but I put it on my low light because if I don't have the CD for it, I just do this little paper slip thing. And I also like You'll Never Find Me. Darkness is Revealing is a very good track, and Finally Free. Yeah, but just Cold's a really great song, and I think it's by far the best song they put out in the 2010s. So yeah, as I said, I think that Nothing might be a better consistent album than what's up next. And I might get a lot of hate for this as we enter the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Top 6, yeah. Yeah, so I think that this album's not as good as the Nothing, but it has an elite legacy. It's spearheaded the new metal genre. It's the self-titled Korn album. That snare sound, of course, Slipknot uses it on their debut too, and I just think it's a sick snare sound. Very iconic album cover too. Of course, you have elite tracks like Blind, Ball Tongue, Clown, the F Word song, which I cannot say on YouTube, Chutes and Ladders, and Daddy, which is beautiful and haunting intro from Jonathan's vocals, and then you just get into this very catchy song, but the lyrics, dang, it's about his struggle as a child and what his mom did to him, which I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, and he even cries in that track, one of the most emotional and just like wrenching and just takes the soul out of you songs. It's haunting, but it's some parts of it are pretty banger-esque, and that bass line at the beginning after the vocal intro bit. So yeah, I think the album's legacy is amazing. Of course, it's one of the first new metal albums, maybe the first, I'd say. But I'll admit, none of the songs in here are my absolute favorites. Like, I think, 6 out of the 12 tracks? Blind, Ball Tongue, Clown, the F Word song, Chutes and Ladders, and Daddy. So yeah, 6 out of the 12 tracks are very good. But I don't think any of them are elite. And Lies and Helmet in the Bush, I do not like those songs. I think they're pretty bad. I don't like the chorus in Lies and Helmet in the Bush. I think it's forgettable and kind of dumb. So yeah, 10 out of the 12 songs, I think, like, there's just 2 songs that I don't like on here. And honestly, just not, like, very high peaks. So that's why it's going to be down here. Kind of, like, I think at least, low placement for it. But I think it's overrated. I really do. I was about to say upset because I'm used to thinking about our league. Yeah, please check it out. It's Penalty Shots League. Just what we're doing. We're currently in week 3. But yeah, speaking of being, like, peaks of an album, this one has maybe 4 of my favorite songs of the band. Up next, we have at number 5, Follow the Leader from A Time. I think it's like 1998, I believe. Yeah, this is, most people say this is in their top 3, and, I'll tell you the reason. It's because it has Freak on a Leash and Got the Life on it, which are 2 of their most popular songs. They're 2 of my favorite songs by the band. Like, I just gotta admit, they're just amazing, you know? They're so catchy. Of course, there's the scat part of Freak on a Leash, elite riffs in both of them, and they're just so catchy and amazing tracks all around. And they're still keeping the dark sound, as I almost cracked this case. But yeah. And I just think the first 4 tracks, It's On with that cool effect at the beginning and an epic chorus is probably my favorite opener by them. And Dead Bodies Everywhere, really heavy track with a great chorus. Again, love that one too. Yeah, those first 4 tracks, It's On, Freak on a Leash, Got the Life, Dead Bodies Everywhere, 2 of my favorite deep cuts by them, 2 of my favorite hits by them. They're probably all in my top, like, 7 favorite Korn tracks, those 4 songs. I absolutely love them. And without those 4 songs, this would easily be in last place. I think Justin and BBK are good songs, but they're not amazing. And the awful songs, even if they're featuring people, My Gift to You, Children of the Corn, and All in the Family, like with the names of Fred Durst and Ice Cube, and I like both of them. Yet the songs are absolute trash. So even if BBK and Justin are good songs, there's 3 awful songs to just cancel it out. I believe it was Seed when they just keep repeating like F words the entire time. It's not fun. It's really annoying. So yeah, after the first 4 songs, I just cut it. And I do really think, remove those songs, this could be like down with Path of Totality. There's 3 of their absolute worst songs, tons of just uninteresting stuff, just Korn being Korn. And it really didn't age well, but I just think the first 4 songs are that good that they're able to keep this thing from sinking very low and actually staying pretty high, because those 4 songs really do stay with me. Number 4, as I said, 2000's Korn is pretty rough, but 2010's Korn is good, and 2020 Korn, at least so far, is elite. Because at number 4, we got Requiem, the newest album from 2022. This is, oddly very close to cracking my top 3, actually. I think, well, first off, there's only 9 songs on here, and, like, more than half of them are released as singles. And, I'd say about, I don't know, let me just see, okay, so Forgotten, Let the Dark Do the Rest, Start the Healing, Lost in the Grandeur, Penance to Sorrow, and Worst is on the Way. So 6 out of these 9 songs are also some of my favorite Korn tracks. The Start the Healing chorus is should have been good. That's just so epic. The riffs and all of these songs are very good as usual for Korn. And I think Jonathan Davis, it's insane. He still sounds 100%. Like, he sounds so good on this. He really does. And I know it's a short album, but almost, like, 2/3 of this album are just some of my favorite tracks for them. Worst is on its way. Probably a top 10 favorite Korn song for me. And yeah, those first 4 tracks, Penance to Sorrow was really cool. I just think there's so much amazing stuff in here. And even though the 3 songs I didn't mention, what is that, Disconnect, Hopeless and Beaten, My Confession, I don't think they're bad. But it's just a really tight, compact album, and I really personally like those. And I think it worked out amazing for Korn. Great pickup. I really recommend listening to it. But at number 3, we have possibly the most poppy Korn album. See You on the Other Side from 2005, which I know I said the 2000s was a rough era for Korn, which it very much was. But I'm sorry, this sounds amazing. There's an industrial vibes with Atticus Ross and The Matrix helping write it for them. He's from 9 Inch Nails. And it's just an amazing comeback album with heavy classics like Coming Undone, or softer ones like Twisted Transistor and Tearjerker stuff. Yeah, I love Something Getting Off I don't like that much, but there's 14 songs in here, and the other 12 of them are all amazing. The singles out for Twisted Transistor, Politics, and Coming Undone. Coming Undone is a great riff, and the chorus is so catchy. It's like the most recent Korn classic, and I love it for that. Twisted Transistor is so catchy. Hey you, hey you. It's so fun. Politics is really cool. Like Souvenir, Throw Me Away is great. Open Up. For No One's an epic song with lots of different parts, and Tearjerker is so soft and experimental, yet it's still so good. I just think this album does everything that they were doing wrong in the 2000s that had potential, like the Elite production, it has that, and I just think they really just returned to form on it, which is great. But I just don't think it can edge out my top 2. And number 2, from 1999, I have Issues. It's Issues, you know? Classic. There are a lot of interludes on here, like Dead, For You. Those are my 2 favorite interludes. You know, Dead with the bagpipes. And For You is actually beautiful. That's one of my highlights on the album. I really love that song. That's when they started introducing synths and stuff, because before that they were like, no synths used in the recording in this album. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really struggling with speaking today. It's just one of those days, you know? But yeah, there's some of their biggest classics on here. Falling Away From Me, Trash, Make Me Bad, Somebody, Someone. Those were all included in the Greatest Hits compilation. This, I believe, is the only album that had 4 songs included from it, I believe, at least. And yeah, other than the 4 singles, which I think are all great, like Make Me Bad, that beat is really cool. But the chorus and the guitar riff is just enough to make it probably my 3rd favorite Korn song. It's up there with, like, Worst Is On Its Way, Adidas, what is the other one? Freak on a Leash probably is up there, and of course Here to Stay. I just think that chorus is epic, and the guitar is sick, same with that beat. So yeah, I love Make Me Bad. Someone's really heavy. Again, it has a beat. I'm pretty sure it is made from real instruments, but it does sound like a beat. Dirty, I know it like ends in static for the last 3 minutes, which all my 90s Korn albums do have hidden tracks. I think that static counts as it. It's kind of dumb, though. Let's Get This Party Started. Amazing track, too. It's one of my favorites. Wake the beep up! There's a beat in that song, and I think everything works out. I love that song, too. My morning alarm, that song is. Not kidding. And yeah, just... There's really not a bad track on here. You know, some of the stuff is less memorable, but I think overall there's not a single bad track on here. Some of my favorite songs by the band, especially Make Me Bad and Let's Get This Party Started. And yeah, that might be from the popcorn era, but what I absolutely love about Korn is their dark period. And if you want to talk about dark, muddy sounding,
you gotta talk about Life is Peachy, one of my top 20 favorite albums of all time. This is also their most inappropriate album.
By far. You have the K-Word song, which absolutely sucks. That's my least favorite Korn song. But other than that, I just pretty much think this album's perfect. Adidas, I understand that the lyrics are very immature, but they're catchy, and I still think that they're quite interesting. So yeah, Life is Peachy is my favorite Korn album. And Adidas, the groove in it's amazing. I got chills the first time I heard that chorus. It's just so, surging and epic. And it leads into the Lowrider, which is a really fun war cover. Awarditch and Kill You, I think, are both absolutely underrated tracks by the band. Wicked with Chino Moreno before he blew up. It's a nice Cube cover, but I think they did it really well. No Place to Hide, Good God, Porno Creep is really underrated, and Chi. So those songs that I just said are all very strong tracks as well. And the production on here, as I was saying, it's very dark sounding. Is able to bring it up that much. Twist is iconic too. And why'd they only include 2 songs on their greatest hits from here? Maybe it's because it's one of their least popular albums from the period, but it doesn't deserve to be. I think Life is Peachy is Korn's best album. So yeah, Life is Peachy comes in at number 1. I'm not really sure what my next video is going to be, but I'm going to try and upload more for you guys. Please consider checking out views. Yeah, Life is Peachy takes number 1.
Thanks for watching this video. Now look at this person. And again, thank you for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe, even though Burlick is bad. Anyways, bye.